Please join me also in welcoming the Rockies trustee who are here in the park. Tonight we celebrate our graduating players. Josh Pilsner, Dave Fletcher, Ryan Colton, Oliver Miller, Nate Forrest, Brooks Seaver, Seaborn, and Blake Whitehair exemplify music, dedication, and passion throughout their time on the team. We'll just go quick because you're going on that with Blake Whitehair was drafted out of Rockies in the first round by the Shamrocks. He's known for his athleticism and Instagram account. He's a great player, but an even better than that is talent. No one has ever lost a bet in Calgary International on his loss. Blake is also with an Never partnership for our transition game. And would be great on the
All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. It is time for another Shamrocks lacrosse match on CROW LAX TV. Dave Stanish along for the ride, coming to you live from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, one more time, and it is Shamrocks time on a Friday night. We are here at the Stu Peppard Arena. The Southern Alberta Rockies from Coaldale made the 2-hour drive north, and they are here trying to break their winless record against the number one team in their division and in the league. That is the Shamrocks, who are 14-1. Shamrocks in green, Southern Alberta Rockies in white. Starting netminder is Grayson Tapping for the Rockies on our far right. And one of the graduating players we heard about earlier on, Josh Pilsner, number 1 on our far left. We are underway. The two number 11s get it done in the face-off circle. These teams saw each other 3 times earlier this season. And the Shamrocks swept all 3 of those, May 3rd, May 11th, and May 12th. 31-1 on May 3rd, and then a back-to-back in Coaldale, 11-1 and 26-4. So a lot of things have changed in the last 6 weeks. And that is a crease violation. Brody Seaborn could not get out of the way fast enough. Rockies have a couple of affiliate players. This is Colby Lockard. They've used 19 affiliate players as runners and 3 more as APs, as Tapping's the only regular goaltending member of the roster. It's a young program. They changed their name last year and just battling through what Junior B Tier 1 is all about. They don't stop coming and they don't stop trying, and that's what matters. And there's a good save for Grayson Tapping. He's got a .762 save percentage and a 19.1 goals against average. You're here even live on demand here on CROW LAX TV, where the home of the Shamrocks, the Silvertips in the south, and many teams in the north, and the home for the entire Larry Bishop Memorial Cup, which will be coming up in the first weekend of August. And so far, as the Shamrocks, Zane Fletcher gets denied his 39th goal. He's one of the graduates tonight. This is not their last home game, but tonight is the night they chose to do the honoring for these players. They have to these Shamrocks 3 more on the road and 1 more at home. That'll be on July 12th, and we'll be here for that one. They have the division title already clinched, the South Division title, so they'll get a bye into round 2. Okotoks Marauders and the Junior B Mounties from Calgary will be their opponent. Will be the opponent based on their competition between each other in round 1. Loose ball. Jacob Armstrong trying to find it. His brother Josh is part of this Rockies team. He's one of the affiliate call-ups. Little spin move for Auger in front. Nice save off the stick arm. No, they're not wearing blockers. That's what I do the other 8 months of the year. I have to flip that switch. Roland Vandersproet. Quaid is also on the roster. He's number 20, Quaid Vandersproet. Roland looking for his 3rd goal of the year. There's a snapshot. Excuse me. And no luck there for the Rockies trying to open the scoring. Mid-range, misses the net wide right. So as I said, we'll have the entire Larry Bishop Cup. Right now the Mounties and the Marauders are trying to figure out who will play as the visitors and who will play as the home team. Each team plays 20 games, so that's still a good race. And they're playing each other a couple of times down the stretch. And once that series is decided, which should be an excellent one to watch, then the winner will come here to the Stu Peppard Arena and play the Shamrocks. At the end of July, the winner of that series will advance to our Larry Bishop Memorial Cup in Airdrie. And as I said, we will have all the games. The North guys will come down, Keenan and Muhammad and a lot of the other guys will come down and join us from the South group. Nice inside feed. Gavin Parati, he's got his 16th of the year. The transition player transitioned between one defender into another and found the top left corner of the net. Shamrocks have the opening goal, Gavin Parati. Not in the lineup tonight for the Shamrocks. Soren Nygren, Eric Johnston, Dylan Whitmore, Blake Kleisinger, Hale Dobbin, and Hudson Isaacs. Although Adam Stackard is an AP call-up, look for 25 in green. The no-look pass did not connect for Blake Anderson. Nolan Highcamp adds his assist total. Jacob Armstrong, nice pad save. Well done for tapping. That quick release just before the white crease line. Said the last time these two teams saw each other in this building was back on May 3rd. As I said, 31-1 was the result. So the 4 division winners after our series of playoffs, along with the Airdrie Rocky View Silver Tips, will go to the Larry Bishop Memorial Cup. Inside, nice little double fake. Liam O'Dwyer came close. He got the game winner against the Marauders a couple of weeks ago in an absolute classic. That game is available for you on demand, as all of these games are. Nice little inside feed. He'll dive. Will Nolan Highcamp. And that gets waved down. Most of these guys aren't wearing knee pads, but they don't mind diving on cement. 5 minutes gone in the opening period. Nice little move. Cheeky little move. And he gets his own rebound as Oliver Miller. Unfortunately, Quaid Vandersprut a little bit out of pace to keep up with Mr. Miller. The defender looking for his 3rd goal of the year, again on senior night. One of the 21-year-olds, of course. Junior B is 16-21. And the Shamrocks have players from all 6 of those age groups, including a couple of 16-year-olds that have had a good impact. Jack McCaig, 20, and Dryden Lee, 24. This time 18. Seaborn, another one of those 21-year-old graduates. Comes close. And Tapping's looking very solid right now. He's stopping everything he can see. Inside feed, the double team. Nice little spin. Wide side underhand. And again, Tapping's there. But his save will take the ball out of the play into the netting. And that means a fresh 30 for the Shamrocks in green. Hacking and whacking. Maximum effort by Rhett Conyenbell. Just couldn't disrupt possession. That disrupted possession. And Rhett's wearing 24. That's 23 out there. So nice job for him. As I talked about the Rockies, they've had several AP call-ups all season. And it looks like we got a power play coming up. A little bit too aggressive. The thing with the Shamrocks is that their power play has been deadly all year long. I can think of maybe one home game that they haven't gotten a power play goal in. Get the details on the penalty in just a moment. Outside. Fletcher to the wing. Crossing through, and they score. How many times have they done that from one baseline to the other? This one a little bit wider out, but they love to get the goalies who can't handle to their right shoulder. And that's the location that Tapping's been beat on both times. I haven't seen him try it too much to the goalie's left shoulder, but that right shoulder snap shot, one-timer, to steal a phrase, works more often than it doesn't. And that power play goal has been converted. Here's a chance to even strength. Oh boy, some more action and another penalty. A little bit over-aggressive. And the referee explaining the call. This will be a cross-check. And so far, with 12:10 remaining in period one, the Shamrocks tend to have the majority of the momentum. Rockies have scored 4 goals in both home games against this Shamrock team. Only 1 when they were here. Now they're covering that right shoulder length, as you can imagine. Leaves an underhand shot right there. Trying to go waist high on Tapping. And again, he comes up with a big save. Anything from distance, he's been perfect on so far. But again, those one-timers to the top shoulder, you can by the time you see it go across your point of view to your right, it's already in the net because the object is flying that quickly in and out of the stick of the opponent. How about it? A flop style, but whatever works. Gavin Ferrati's denied. Again, quick passes. Star motion for the Rockies. And again, from distance, Tapping. Tisdale gets both of those calls against him. One has been converted. The other one has 27 seconds. Nice interception. Again, trying to go top shelf. Missed it wide right. And Hudson Mistel making all the efforts. Boy, he's getting rammed into that far side boards multiple times and only now surrenders possession on the shorthand. Tapping preparing for anything and everything at this point. Power play has expired. Up high. Again, that seems to be the Shamrock key. Faking out or outrunning or both the players from the Rockies. That time was Siege. And they're going to get a third chance on the men advantage as we pass the halfway mark. 12 seconds on the 6-on-5. But Pilsner's going to stay in the net. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I thought that was a pending penalty. I apologize. Tisdale will drop it off. Roman Kish, his second game in a Rockies uniform. He'll watch his teammate Gavin Welch. He's got 3 this year, getting harassed, being forced beyond the blue line. Nice open shot, Roman Kish. Looking for his first goal as a Junior B Tier 1 player in 2024. And Josh Pilsner saw it all the way. He's 4 for 4 tonight. Shamrock 16 for 18. Excuse me, Tapping 16 for 18. That's a 2-0 lead. Again, just outgunning and outracing. Siege got another chance. Rebound to the far side. And Tapping's ready for more. Great stance after he made that save. 5-on-5. Nice little fake out. Score! There's something from distance. Ben McLean's got his 16. This time faking it in the air. Finding the top shoulder beyond Mr. Tapping. Be sure to get your CROW LAX TV 50/50 tickets. Draw will take place on Canada Day, July 1st. No, it's July 1st, not January 1st. New Year's Day can be as far away as it needs to be. With a maximum take-home prize of up to $10,000, we've been doing our monthly draws and the first day of July is as good a day as any, and we'll have another one at the end of July, and then we'll have another one during the Larry Bishop. $10,000 is the maximum take-home. Scan the QR code on your screen on that lower right corner, or visit our social media channels to get more information. Inside, great feed, great pass, and a solid save for Pilsner. Make sure to follow us not only for that information, but anything and everything about our coverage at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and Twitter X to get more information about our 50/50 raffle, or just scan the QR code on your screen now. Excellent inside feed. Great look for the Rockies. More physicality. Siege. Felt the siege of the defender. Another big save for Tapping. Any issues they have tonight, they can sleep in over the long weekend and be ready to go on July 6th and 7th, especially on the 6th, because it'll be the Battle of Division Winners. We'll have that one for you from the Plainsman Arena starting at 3 o'clock on July 6th. Division winner versus division winner, and a possible Larry Bishop Memorial Cup preview, because the Silvertips will be the host team, as I mentioned. Shamrocks have got nothing guaranteed yet. They didn't advance to the Larry Bishop last year, and they want to solve that in 2024. Excellent work from Tisdale after a couple of penalties against him, trying to make it happen on the other side. This one definitely is a pending penalty. And the ball rolled away from the net. No, it actually went in. Looks like a 6-on-5 goal. That's exactly what it was. Just these balls like to bounce all over the place, and sometimes the strategy will actually be to bounce it off the goalie's equipment, because he can't handle the bouncing ball as long as it crosses that red line. Illegal face-off against the Rockies. Roland Vandersproet will have to wait till the next time. But that is a 6-on-5 goal. Technically an even strength goal. Speaking of even strength goals, another opportunity for Blake Anderson. He had 12 coming into tonight's contest. Relatively overcast day after our crazy amount of rain. I had 2 inches at my house last night. Collecting the bucket so that we have some water. We have a goal. Zane Fletcher. And Fletcher extends the lead to 5. So yeah, about 16, 17 degrees, and then just overcast and humid today. Everybody's in shorts and short sleeve shirts. And as many doors that are allowed to be opened by the fire department are open. To the far side. Ferrati looking for an outlet. .5:20 to go in period number 1. Off the big bounce and captured by the Rockies in whites, going right to left. William Timo, he's looking for his first goal of the year. And Gavin Ferrati doing everything he can to create that over and back, which is exactly what he did. He let Timo cross the red line and then force him backwards. Brilliant defensive work. The stats for this game will be available for you to check out on the RockyMountainLAX.com website after the game is over, shortly afterwards. The full breakdown of the goals, the assists, the penalties. Make sure to check it out. RockyMountainLAX.com. Scores, stats, schedules, standings, stories, and other words that start with S. Make sure to check it out. Junior B Tier 1, the only action on a Friday night of a Canada Day long weekend. And we're so glad you're with us to start your 3.5-day weekend. Mid-range. Pilsner had to be careful. Now, these guys, a lot of them just finishing high school earlier this week, the 16, 17, 18-year-olds. One less thing to think about. Oh, there's a nice underhand mark. Seth Miller, he's got 26 this year. You just concentrate solely on lacrosse for the next 6-7 weeks. Departmental finals and all those fun things are done. Now it's just the next step ahead. Inside 4 minutes in period number 1. As I said, Tier 1, the only action on a Friday night. Rocky Mountain LAX page has everything you want to know about all the divisions all on the same page. The big bouncer is going to be a violation against the Shamrocks. The City of Fort Saskatchewan presents CROW LAX TV's presentation of the RMLL. Explore Fort Saskatchewan. Discover a place where family fun meets opportunity. Visit their historic downtown, scenic parks, and river valley. Work in a thriving community. Play where every moment is memorable. Visit, work, and play in Fort Saskatchewan. Crossing through. Mid-range. Just off the bounce and literally off the roof. And that's a turnaround for the Southern Alberta Rockies team in white. Trying to cut across. Welch. Has it disrupted. Nice job. Bounced it out of his stick, and Dryden Lee quickly to the other end. One of those 16-year-olds I was talking about. All alone was Ferrati. Decided to wait. And it'll be a 5-on-5. Halfway through the shot clock. Little inside feed. Top right corner. No luck for the diving Aiden Gorst. Another one of those graduates. He's also the captain. He's got 5 goals this year. Pilsner, Fletcher, Polton, Miller, Gorst, Seaborn, Dobbin, and Seaborn are the graduating players from this roster. Little underhand attempt. No luck for the Rockies. Jesse Otto, Kyler Millington, Dash Robichaux are not in the lineup for Southern Alberta. The Coaldale Sportsplex is where they play their home games. Hudson Mistel creating some good defensive pressure, not allowing an open lane to the net. Splitting the D, making the move. Again, there's Mastel doing all the right stuff. One of the bigger players out there, if not the biggest, doing what the coach has asked. Inside 2 minutes in period 1. A big windup for Fletcher. Stayed out of the crease. There's another dive. No luck for Miller. Leading Edge Physiotherapy has several locations in the Edmonton area and one in Calgary, so make sure to give them a ring if you need any physiotherapy. And after all these dives, these guys might be certainly making a lot of appointments the day after Larry Bishop is over, that's for sure. Make sure to check them out. That one bounces off a leg. Vimy Ridge Lacrosse Academy. At Vimy Lacrosse, excellence is the standard. Led by some of the province's most decorated and experienced instructors, they are dedicated to molding well-rounded student athletes. Vimy Lacrosse is the fusion of sport, academics, and personal growth. Unleash your potential with Vimy Lacrosse. Explore their academy by visiting vimyedmonton.ca, V-I-M-Y, edmonton.ca/lacrosse. You can find out about summer programs and year-round programs that they execute. Running away from the body check was Armstrong. Stopping up, and he'll lose possession. Little cutback. Devin Robichaud, 16 goals. He's leading his team in scoring. A few family connections on this roster. 20 seconds, last shot clock of the period. Stopping it up. The captain will knock that one away. And it's a loose ball, 12 seconds. And again, Tapping has had to face 32 shots in just the first 20 minutes. He's made 26 saves. That will complete the opening period. That might be a record for shots in a period in RMLL history. 6-0 after one period. Yes, you are. You are watching CROW LAX TV. We'll be back in a few. Stick around. Welcome back. A couple minutes to go in the intermission. I want to tell you about Plumetaria. Plumetaria, remember that name the next time you're looking for plumbing parts. Plumetaria is the #1 recommended retailer for repair parts in Calgary. Delta, Moen, American Standard, Kohler, GROW, Riabel, they have the parts you need to repair your faucet, toilet, or shower. And Plumetaria is more than just parts. They are an all-encompassing bath and kitchen retailer with an extensive showroom and more choices than you can imagine. They will go above and beyond to ensure your satisfaction. Make sure to check out their showroom on Brandon Street Southeast. That is Plumetaria. The other games in the RMLL tonight. Again, it's just exclusive to Junior B Tier 1. That is Regina playing Saskatoon, the SWAT, against the Regina Queen City Kings. They're 12-4. Saskatoon is 4-11. The top two in that division will play first versus second. Of course, Manitoba Blizzard in between. Saskatoon trying to see if they can sneak into that second position. All the other divisions are the best 3 of the 4 members. That East Division is the best 2 of the 3. So basically the last place team in all 4 divisions is done for the year. And in the 3 Alberta divisions, the first place team get a bye, 2 plays 3, winner plays 1. And as I said, the 4th place teams are out. Saskatoon trying to avoid going out as well. The other game, the Rampage from Red Deer against the Mavericks. Rampage 8-7-1, Mavericks 9-5-1. Game day 16 for both of those teams, as it is for both of these teams. And that is another great battle in the Central Division between the Mavericks and the Rampage. Again, Shamrocks fans in Airdrie on July 6th against the Mounties. About a 20-minute drive, so not much of a road trip on July 7th. They'll host the Red Deer Rampage in the finale, in the home finale, and then travel to Okotoks. The Rampage game on the 12th, the Okotoks road match on the 14th. Teams have switched ends, and very quickly, the Rockies will commit another penalty and have to get ready for a 4-on-5, and now get ready for a 5-on-6. Shamrocks have already converted one of those. Rockies in whites, Shamrocks in green. Snap shot deflected up, off the boards, but not out of play. But it will be an over and back call. And a whistle. Referee is going to send for a holding call. That is going to go against Brolin Vandersproet. As I said, keep an eye out for the 3 AP call-ups for the Rockies tonight. 23, Taylor Tisdale. He's got a couple of penalties in the matchup. Chase McCallum is wearing number 7. And Josh Armstrong is wearing number 9. Roman Kish did not make the trip. So Kish is not playing. Armstrong's wearing 9. McCallum's wearing 7. And of course, Josh is Jacob Armstrong of the Shamrocks, his brother. So keep an eye out when 9 white and 22 green are out there at the same time. Minute 30 on the men advantage for the Shamrocks. Going right to left in the second period. Holding call. Devin Robichaud doing all the right things. He's being double teamed for possession, finally knocked away. Snapshot as he got the last second opportunity and killed 28 seconds off that PK. Well done for him. A fresh 30, 111 on the power play. As I said, shots 32-8 in the first period. On the far side, Fletcher quarterbacking this power play. Nice recovery off the boards. Like I said, these balls like to bounce. Inside, trying to go 5-hole. And a solid save off the Willison-Ingalls shot. We talked about the graduating players. They were all starting 6 this afternoon. And there's that right shoulder I talked about. Zane Fletcher, he's got 2 tonight. He's got 40 for the year. And another conversion. 2:03 into the period. Multiple options tonight. Anand doing a great job on the camera. You heard his voice a few times for Shamrocks and Silvertips games. Basically, I just won the coin toss. That's basically all how that worked out. Stick to the head, but Colby Lockhart kept going. He's wearing 14. We're 5-on-5 again, 2 minutes and change into period number 2. Welch, time and space, wide right. Quick recovery. Wasting no time at all. To the far corner. Siege. He's been held scoreless in this game. Hacking and whacking those arm pads, doing all the right things. No luck for Josh Armstrong there. Now Siege got the assist, trying to go high-low, and tapping, found it about an inch in front of the red line. And sometimes the balls will actually get trapped in their equipment. But yeah, I've seen a couple of goals this year where especially a player coming from behind just bounces it off the goalie, bounces it off his leg, and it just bounces literally and rolls right into the net. Goalie didn't even know it was coming. Sort of an intentional Steve Smith, for those old enough to remember. Big bounce in the crease area. Siege trying to feed in front. And another conversion. Oliver Miller this time. The defender and one of the graduating 21-year-olds. He'll score. And a nice feed from Siege behind the net. And he's got 2 assists in a row here in this second period. Rockies have been outscored 20-4 this year. 62 goals and 301 goals surrendered. Shot 6-0 here in the second period. Head coach Bruce Houghton. Nice save off the arm. Another opportunity trying to get behind the shoulder. A good look for Fletcher. Inside the other way. And Pilsner makes his first save of the period. And quickly, 200 feet. Nice little shake and bake. Dryden Lee can't convert. Shamrock's ball, but the ball was basically in front of one goalie, then the other, then back again within a few seconds. That's the skill of these players to pass and shoot that fast. And the white ball against the white boards. Except when you're trying to go to Bellaroma, Pizza and Steakhouse, they've gotten quite a lot of exposure this year, just because there's been so many big body checks right in front of their ad. They're getting their money's worth. Little pick and roll opportunity. A lot of pick, not much roll. Little mid-range, off the top of the pad. It's loose. Pilsner had to make a second save. Even with that giant stick, it's hard to find the ball in traffic. And we have a power play coming up for the Rockies. First penalty against the Shamrocks for a cross-check. That'll go against Liam O'Dwyer. Rockies fans, you'll have two more chances to see your team at home, July 13th and July 14th, both at 1 o'clock. Okotoks Marauders and the Calgary Junior Mounties will come south to the Coaldale Sportsplex on that day, 2 weekends from now. Crossing it through. Big bounce. Hard to find. Miller. Nice little pass attempt. Hard to find in the lights. Brody Seaborn could not find it. Make sure to follow the Shamrocks on Twitter X. JRB Shamrocks. First 5-on-4 for the Rockies today. A little back and forth, 10 seconds. In front, center iceman to steal a phrase. Devin Robichaud almost extended his goal-scoring lead. He's got 16. Nicola Mueller, number 19, has 9. Very well executed from the Rockies. All 5 players touch the ball. And they had Pilsner guessing for sure. Backhand! Nice little trick shot. Almost paying off for Aiden Gorst. The captain showing off some skill. Rockies will travel all the way to the Edmonton area next weekend. They'll play the Warriors on July 6th and the CROW on July 7th in St. Albert at the Jerome McGinley Arena. Crossing through, upside. No luck in the top corner for Seth Miller. 25 goals coming into the game. Rockies were closer against the Outlaws last week on June 22nd, losing 13-8. They've had some competitive games at home, but not as much luck on the road. Trying to break that goose egg in the win column. They trail by 8. Nice little look. 5-on-5 action. Shamrocks making sure they don't have a too many men call. Trying to go high-low to the bottom left corner. And again, Grayson Tappan doing all the right things. The referee on the far side is going to make a call here. Out of our camera range, so that showed you that it was something unexpected. It'll go against the Rockies, so it'll be a Shamrocks power play. This might be a too many men violation, but we'll get the official word in just a second. Rhett Konyon-Belt will serve. Nice fake out, crossing through again. Waller was there. Well, Tapping, was there. Right shoulder. They weren't going to fool him 3 times on that right shoulder. Forced to the other end of the floor, the Shamrocks going right to left. 15-1 coming in. Crossing it through. Blocked in front. Trying to capture it. Was Tapping with that giant stick. But it's loose outside the white line. We're on the road not only to the Larry Bishop, but to the National Championships in Hamilton. The Founders Cup. Backhand pass connects perfect. Unfortunately, the follow-up from Gorst couldn't be handled. Boy, Fletcher's got some skills. Big interference on the left, so they'll go to the right. And Tapping is there on this 5-on-4 power play opportunity. Got to do a Founders Cup a few years ago. Had a lot of fun. Meeting players from all over the country. Oh, little low, high fake out. Didn't quite work again for Aiden Gorst. A little bit snake bit here in the second period. There's a chance. Well, he bit the snake right back. And the top shoulder, the top shelf of the net seems to be the kryptonite for Grayson Tapping. And this time it's Aiden Gorst getting the conversion. 15-3 the shots. It was 6-0 after one period. Big contact. Tisdale's been to the box twice, but still showing his physical abilities. Trying to disrupt possession. Almost halfway through our 60 minutes. Roland Vandersproet found his man and goes to the bench. Trying to cut in the 217s in a race. Robichaud didn't have the inside track, so they had to take the outside shot, which Pilsner handled with ease. Back to the other end of the floor. Excellent screen to steal a basketball phrase from Ingles. And then he had a chance to follow up with a rebound, but he couldn't get it without violating the crease. You'll see so much basketball strategy in this sport. Or maybe it's lacrosse strategy in basketball. You never know. Pick and rolls. Posting up. All sorts of things. No luck for Auger. He had 7 coming into the night. Trying to find some space is Gavin Welch. Halfway through this shot clock. Trying to get the opening goal for his team. Again, you see the physicality and no lane to the net. The 5 defenders playing the zone very well. It gets to the feet of Pilsner, but he makes the save and has been almost perfect this year. Got a bit of a goalie war going now. Pilsner and his backup, Bjarnason, have both been almost perfect on those long-range passes. Finding the loose ball is Dryden Lee. Inside, it's a breakaway and a goal. Great transition for Roddy. The best part of that was how effective the Shamrocks can be, especially on a second period type of situation where the player coming out of the left door is automatically in the offensive zone. And they can transition as long as the guys going back to the bench get there fast enough to avoid a too many men call. Shamrock showing a lot of skill tonight. And there's an interception, backhand pass. Again, trying to go bar down. That's where they've had a lot of success. Mid-range, just off the edge of the post. Barati with the goal at 10:37. Trying to go to the inside. They were trying to feed Polton, no luck for him. The defender playing up high. And he'll get a second chance. Polton, one of the graduating 21-year-olds that I mentioned. And a quick zoom down to the other end. 2-on-1, and they score! There's some Rocky fans in the stands. And Taylor Tisdale makes them very happy. They have their first. Great transition from one end to the other. Partial 2-on-1. Tisdale decided to shoot and found the bottom corner of the net behind Mr. Pilsner. 6.5 goals against and a .793 save percentage for Josh coming into the matchup. Both of those categories improving based on tonight's results through the first half of the contest. O'Dwyer trying to get revenge for that goal. Another possible opportunity for the Rockies. Not quite. Gavin Welch has to find the ball. Roland Vandersproet. Outside. Nice work defensively for Highcamp. Great transition player. And they'll transition to a 3-on-2. High camp, making sure there's no one to knock the ball away from him from behind. Took a shot that went wide. Talked so often in these Silvertips and Shamrocks games about offensive rebounds, another basketball scenario, but just the idea that that's what you're going to have to do so well at something like a Larry Bishop or a national championship. Those dominating a category like that will be so important, especially when the caliber of the lacrosse goes up, the shot count will go down. Wide open, Tisdale. One more for Taylor. And Pilsner may be struggling a little bit here in period number 2. That's 2 in a row for the Rockies. Don't forget about our 50-50 draw. Scan the QR code in the bottom right corner of your screen. July 1st is the draw date, and then we'll reset and do it again at the end of July. Shamrocks getting a little untoward here, a little sloppy. And Tisdale going for a natural Hattie. This time he doesn't have quite the time and space. And that's a confident save. Pilsner is very glad he made. Devin Robichaux looking to get the 3rd in a row. Nathan Leroy with possession. He's got 4 this year. To the other end. And that's a save that helps Grayson Tapping. Long range pass. Doesn't connect. Remember, explore Fort Saskatchewan. Visit work and play where family fun meets opportunity. So if you're looking for a northern vacation spot, make sure that Fort Saskatchewan is part of your trip. And go check out a Rebels game while you're there. They'd love to have you. Leading Edge Physiotherapy. One location in Calgary, several in the Edmonton area. Nice inside. Oh, what a great fake out. Aiden Gorst, not only was it a great isolation from Gorst as his teammate drew 2 defenders to him, so that Gorst had the time and space, but what did he make, 3 or 4 different moves to put it in? So yeah, Leading Edge Physiotherapy. Make sure to check out their Calgary location and several in the Edmonton area. And Vimy Lacrosse, vimyedmonton.ca/lacrosse. Their fusion of sport, academics, and personal growth. The Vimy Lacrosse Academy. Slow bounce. Those high ones are pretty hard to find, especially in these white lights. Polton did a great job, as he has all year. I don't know if they're brand new balls every time they play a new game, but these will bounce all over the place. Aiden Gorst has the hat trick. High-low, misses wide. Nice collection of the rebound for Gavin Welch. Has it knocked away. And the whistle goes. A shot clock violation, 4:53 remaining in period 2. Inside, just on the outskirts of the crease area, Wilson Ingalls. Players rotating positions for sure. The defenders playing those forward positions, trying to get down low and add to their goal total this year. Wide stance for Tapping, helped him make 2 saves in a row. But yeah, offensive possession and rebound control is going to be so important at a Larry Bishop. If the Shamrocks manage to get there, And that's a good way to get there because Aiden Gorse just added to the total. If he can pull that off against the Marauders of the Mounties with some regularity, the Shamrocks will be going to Airdrie on the August long weekend. CROW LAX TV and the RMLL Junior B Tier 1 Division are proud to be supporting the Chris Latondra Wellness Foundation and the Canadian Mental Health Association to implement their Talk Today program. In 2020, a beloved player of the game to many in the North Division, Chris Latondra died by suicide at age 25 while battling mental health issues. The Chris Latondra Wellness Foundation was formed in 2021 to preserve his memory and call on the lacrosse community towards action in support of mental health in the game of lacrosse and beyond. Donations can be made by visiting our social media channels for a direct link. Again, at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and Twitter X. And of course, June, not only Pride Month, but Men's Mental Health Month as well. And as I've said several times, if you need help, get help. Don't be ashamed to ask for it. And the more people that know, the more people that can help you. So we want you around. You make the world a better place. So if you need help, look at the Chris Latondra Wellness Foundation for assistance. Nice little stop up. Tisdale showing a lot of good things here tonight. Coaches will be impressed. Look at that pass. Seaborn looking to make an impact in his second last home game as a regular season Shamrock. Off the post and out of play into the ceiling. 3:14 remaining. 63-19 are your shots. 31-11 in period 2. 6 goals in each period for the Shamrocks, but the Rockies have 2 of their own. Two-on-one. We've seen more of those kinds of chances from both teams in this second period. Only game of the weekend, so they can all sleep in tomorrow. As I said, especially the school kids that were done yesterday or the day before. Trying to find the ball is Quade Vandersproet. Some physicality in the near left corner. He went down but got right back up, but running a little bit gingerly back to the visitor bench. 2:25 in the second. Tisdale has both of them for the Rockies. Look at the windup inside. Dryden Lee knew the ball was not going to leave his stick. Cross ice. I knew I'd say it at least once. Siege looking for another assist. Little back and forth. How about Gorst? Got right back up. Mid-range. And tapping has been pretty decent in this period. If he has time to prepare, he's pretty much good, but the Shamrocks have caught him faster than he can prepare. Cross ice. Again, what am I doing? That's January 1st, not July 1st. A couple of bounces. And a fresh 30 for the Rockies going left to right. 90 seconds in period 2. Jacob Armstrong not playing like the team has a bye and no important game until the end of July. They're going full throttle here, as they should. Nice little sprint race. Roland Vandersproet won that one and got a decent chance. So as I said, 1 week from now, the Shamrocks will travel to Airdrie and the Acadia Rec Complex. 2 weeks from now, they'll host Red Deer and Travel Okotoks. 3 weeks from now is a collection and a save. They'll have a bye in round 1. 4 weeks from now will be round 2 here at Stu Peppert Arena. And 5 weeks from now will be the Larry Bishop Memorial Cup. Every single game, no matter who's playing, will be here on CROW LAX TV, both live and on demand. And my favorite part, spoiler-free archives. If you are concerned about avoiding spoilers, then wait about 2.5, maybe 3 hours after the game ends. Click on the on-demand version, and you'll know absolutely nothing about the results. But you may want to put Instagram away for a couple hours. Last possession of the second period. Rockies will want to run it down and then take a final shot opportunity. Under pressure, Robichaud got a decent chance and creates it a second try. That one bounces up and bounces all the way down to the other end of the floor. 69-19 your shots, 12-2 your goals. Rockies on the board, but the Shamrocks in control. 2 down, 1 to go, but this intermission in between. All right, welcome back. 12-2 is your score. 69-19 are your shots. So 37-11 in period 2. And we do have a scoring summary thanks to our friends at the Rocky Mountain LAX.com website. Let me just pull that up. It's a long weekend. All right, Ferrati from High Camp got us started. Ingalls from Siege and Fletcher. As we go through the first period, McLean from Miller and Siege. Gorse from Ferrati and Siege. Fletcher from Miller and McKay. Miller from Siege and Seaborn in period 1. In period 2, Fletcher from Siege and Anderson. Miller from Siege and Ingalls. Gorst from Fletcher and Miller. Ferrati unassisted. Then 2 in a row for Trevor Tisdale, both unassisted, number 23. That may be changed, but we'll see. And then 2 in a row for Mr. Gorst. Aiden gets his first goal of the period from Anderson. And then about a minute and a half later, Fletcher and Siege help him out. Because that gives him 3 in the period, 4 in the game. Aiden Gorst leading his team with 4 goals, and Siege all over the assist board. Loose ball recovered by number 9, Oliver Miller. Yeah, so we'll see you here next week, Shamrock fans, in 2 weeks, for the home finale against the Red Deer Rampage. Oof, big contact. Both sticks got up into the cages of both helmets. Trying to find some time and space. Crossing through. Nice save. Rebound is loose. Now it's converted, but it's also saved. Nice follow-up from Siege. But of course, our next broadcast of a Shamrocks game will be on the road up in Airdrie on July 6th at the Plainsman Arena at 3 o'clock. Division leader versus division leader. Make sure to tune in that one live or on demand. As Colton Litke literally walks right by us here in the booth. It's a 2-on-0. How about a 2-on-2? Rockies in position. But Jacob Armstrong wins the sprint. Again, 9 White, who was out there against his brother. That's Josh. One brother on one team, the other brother on the other team. And here's Josh's chance. In traffic. Basketball, you call that an illegal screen. In lacrosse, it's all the way down at the other end. And how about that? Turning on the afterburners. Gavin Ferrati. Immediate violation. No free throws needed here. And Ferrati goes end to end, and he has his second of the day. That's what you got to love about this sport. They can go from one extreme of this building to the other in a matter of seconds. After a violation from the opponents and an immediate quick whistle in by the referees. So next week at Airdrie and at the Mounties at the Arc. And then a split home and away against the Red Deer Rampage. That'll be an important game for Red Deer. It'll be an important game for both teams. And the Marauders want to give all they can handle to these Shamrocks. That game that went to overtime a couple of weeks ago, if you haven't seen it, like I was saying, make sure to check it out. It was unbelievable. And the Marauders pushed the Shamrocks to the limit. So if that is the South Division final, book your tickets now, because you might see more of that kind of thing in person. Oliver Miller. Oliver had 2 in the season coming into tonight. He has 2 tonight. This is the 4th of a 4-game series between these two teams. Some friendly conversation in the face-off circle. And it's 14. The official word on the third period goals. Ferrati unassisted was the first one. Crossing it through, backhand pass. Again, the white ball against the white boards is not easy. That's the advantage of practicing in a building like this. Stu Peppard right here in southwest Calgary, home to 7 or 8 different lacrosse teams throughout the RMLL, and a lot of youth games as well. Some U11, some U13. This place is busy. Not this weekend because it's a long weekend, but every other weekend it's just game after game after game. Oh, there's a hit from behind. Fletcher gets right back up again. The door is open for the guests, for the visitors, for the Rockies. Three minutes into this period. Cross-checking call is the offense. 2 minutes is the time in the sin bin. Miller from Anderson and Seaborn, the second goal of the period. 14th of the matchup. 77-19 is your shot count. A little back and forth. In front. Pad save. Tapping right back into position. Making the awkward save, but it stayed out. That's all that matters. Dangerous pass. Taylor Tisdale, second and third periods, doing all the right things. Nice little cut through. How about that individual effort? On a shorthanded chance. Again, Taylor Tisdale doing all the right stuff. They just keep going to these Southern Alberta Rockies. First of a 3-game road trip. 2 in the Edmonton region next week. And our North crew will take care of those webcasts here on our official YouTube channel. Plumetaria, remember that name the next time you're looking for plumbing parts. Plumetaria is the #1 recommended retailer for repair parts in Calgary, and they're more than just parts. They are an all-encompassing bath and kitchen retailer with an extensive showroom and more choices than you can imagine. Visit their showroom on Brandon Street Southeast, and we thank Plumetaria for their advertising and sponsorship of the Calgary Shamrocks Junior B Lacrosse Club. Will some of these players play Junior A next year? We'll have to wait and see. There is big turnover year over year. Would the Mountaineers be interested? They play in this building. How about the Raiders? They play at Max Bell. They might have some scouts in the stands tonight. Penalty expires. Goalie's going to go all the way down to the other end. And it'll be blown down for a fresh 30-second clock for Jack McKaig. Doing our camera work a couple of weeks ago, and now he's starring on the team. A couple of missed opportunities, but 2 offensive rebounds, as I discussed. Nice physicality outside the white line. Siege doing everything to get away from his opponent. Drop the ball off and watch it go into the nets. How many assists now is that for Aaron Siege? Be sure to get those CROW LAX TV 50-50 tickets. 50% go to you, the other 50% go to the league and the teams. And we may be giving away as much as $10,000 on July 1st for our monthly draw. Supporting our MLL. Nice face-off win, wide open, and it's in. Seth Miller. Only so much Grayson Tapping can do. Looking to the coaches to his right, just trying to get some advice for next time. When we talk about that Larry Bishop Memorial Cup, teams are going to be playing a full round robin, and over a long weekend, that means 4 games in 2 days. So energy conservation is going to be extremely important. Will teams be out of gas by the 3rd or 4th game of the weekend? We'll have to wait and see. Sometimes you can go so hard to win your first game that you have absolutely nothing left for the next game. And that really hurts when you get to a playoff. I've seen a lot of teams, when this building has ice, work so hard to win the quarterfinal that they have absolutely nothing left for the semifinal. But that's just what makes it interesting. And that's why they don't play it on paper. Devin Robichaud looking to go to the net. He'll kick out. 3 on the shot clock. Looking for a pad save rebound. And that's exactly what he gets. Driving baseline. Trying to go opposite post. And he was a little bit inside the crease. But excellent overall effort for Robichaud to create the rebound attempt and then take the second chance. Another transition right to left. Defensemen get right back into position. Inside, big save. Pilsner wasn't sure where it went or if it even snuck under his left pad. 7 down, 13 to go here in period 3. Gorst from Siege and Miller. And about literally 7 seconds later, Seth Miller from Fletcher and Stackard. As Aiden Stackard, the AP call-up, adds to his total. Oliver Miller and Seth Miller on this roster. Right at the red line. Leroy going forward. He's got 4 goals this year. Nice swarm in the central area. And the Shamrocks seem to be winning most of those battles. Nice little fake out. Doing what they did in the first. Just outsmarting and out-sprinting inside the lined crease area. Speaking of the inside crease, good look for Quade Vandersproot, almost hit his first goal of the year. That would have been a fun thing to enjoy against the #1 team in the league. Crossing it through, underhand. Trying to go lower left. The goalie's right corner, our left corner. And we have a violation and a Shamrock takeaway. Perfect position. Unfortunately, Liam O'Dwyer just couldn't handle the pass attempt. Parati, Oliver Miller, Gorst, and Seth Miller with the 4 goals in this period. 2 for the Rockies, but those were in the second period, and it continues. Shamrocks congratulating each other. Siege adds to his total. 89 shots on the big board. Last time these two teams saw each other in this building was 31-1. I don't know if the shots got to 89 or more, but it's 89 now. Being knocked away. Now, is this another violation? It's a violation, but it's not a penalty. It's not a too many men call. All the action inside. Oh, look at the move. Tapping thought they were going to go that right shoulder again. But a couple of dekes and dives and shucks and jives. And a conversion. Regina defeated Saskatoon earlier on tonight. As we take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. And last we have it, the Rampage and the Mavericks tied at 1 goal apiece. They started an hour behind us. Shots 91-20, which means the Rockies only have 1 shot in the first half of this period. Not due to a lack of effort, that is for sure. More physicality outside the white line. Tempers seem to be pretty moderate, but unnecessary contact. Avoidable contact, as we like to call it. And a cross-check against Hudson Mastel. "91 shots. We're halfway through period number 3. Great start to a long weekend, a warm and hopefully not too rainy long weekend, and a big save as Aiden Gorst wants to continue the power play efficiency of his team. Ryan Polton's got a goal in that sequence. Oliver Miller with an assist. Miller out there now on the far right of your screen. Snapshot behind a screen. And Gorst does it again. A little high-low, as we always talk about. I was talking earlier about how Tapping seems to save everything he sees. I don't think he saw much of that one. Power play goal converted. Leroy got the 1 goal when these teams played each other back in early May. They took 9 penalties, but probably didn't help too much. And again, 9-7. Not the easiest night for the Regina Queen City Kings, but they managed to get the win. We'll find the ball in the near left-hand corner. Of course, all the healthy scratches have to do their work for the Shamrocks, including making their official coaching film. I was going to say they could watch this game, but I'd hope they'd do it on mute. Crossing through, nice pass. And Chase McCollum comes close. A whistle. Rockies possession, 8:28 to go in period 3. Cross-checking was the call. Gorst had 5 goals coming into tonight. He has 6 tonight. Give him 11 for their regular season. He will be heavily relied on in round 2 of the playoffs. But again, Mounties versus Marauders in round 1. Who's going to host it is still up for grabs. How much is left in the tank of the Rockies? Hard to tell right now, both mentally and physically. Another shutout, Plumetaria. Remember that name the next time you're looking for plumbing parts. The #1 recommended retailer for repair parts in Calgary, with an all-encompassing bath and kitchen retailer. They have an extensive showroom and more choices than you can imagine. Repair parts or new parts. Remember Plumetaria. How about a third? Looking for a bounce? Not a bad idea. Tisdale and the Rockies certainly figuring that the closer to the floor, the more success they'd have against Mr. Pilsner, who's had his struggles in this building. Nice reception of the ball. Time and space. Isolated. Inside track. Ben McLean does what he has to do. And the key to that, he got the inside look on the defenseman. Just had to receive and then immediately release. And the Rockies starting to make some more mental mistakes at this point. For more information on our 50-50 draw and the Chris Latondra Wellness Foundation, make sure to follow us on our social media channels at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X. Make sure to get all the information you could possibly need from those sources. Colby Lockhart gets himself open. Bouncing off the defender. Now he's going to streak to the net. Calling for it. They can't quite get it to him. 5 on the shot clock. Again, trying to create a bounce opportunity, as Tisdale was trying to do earlier on. Quickly to the other end. Another fake out, another save. Liam O'Dwyer. Explore Fort Saskatchewan. Discover a place where family fun meets opportunity 12 months a year. I was there in the winter and had just as good of a time as I would tomorrow. And like I said, check out a Rebels game. That was close. Follow the bouncing ball. That's why they have to keep this floor as clean as it can. The staff here who do a great job, because a little piece of string or anything that could be on the floor, the ball hits it in just the right place, it can take a crazy bounce. Getting away from his defenders. Opening some space up was Oliver Miller. Leading Edge Physiotherapy has a location in Calgary. We hope you'll check them out. Just search Leading Edge Physiotherapy for where that is located. And again, several locations in the city of Edmonton and the surrounding towns. Nice little streak in. Showing us second gear was Blake Anderson. The problem is that the play to the other side of the net on the opposite post is what got blown down. And that is going to be a defensive cross check and a 10-minute misconduct against Colton Litke. Had a player here last week. Got an unsportsmanlike, a 10, a gross, and a game misconduct. 2 in a row. Some hard-fought wins. The Marauders came in here on June 21st. And again, just an incredible game. 9-8 in overtime. They got the win, did the Shamrocks. And then the next night, the Mounties, 9-7. And that one converted. And look at all the space that Oliver Miller had to use. So yeah, 9-8, 9-7. Mounties did not make it easy on themselves that particular weekend. Having an easier time of it tonight, though. Vimy Lacrosse, vimyedmonton.ca/lacrosse. Led by some of the province's most decorated and experienced instructors, they are dedicated to molding well-rounded student athletes. Check out the Vimy Ridge Lacrosse Academy, vimyedmonton.ca/lacrosse. Again, we thank those companies for their support. We love shouting them out. Jacob Armstrong in a battle. Robichaud wants the ball and does his job. Again, it's just about how much gas these Rocky players have in the tank after a long drive to get up here. And again, sort of mental exhaustion when a lot of the games they've had this year have ended up in these kind of differentials. Push from behind. Shamrock violation. Litke still in the box because he's serving his 10-minute misconduct. Knocked away. Halfway through the shot clock for Gavin Welch. Lockhart, solid save. Pilsner's been there. The shots are 101-24. And Pilsner has done all the right things 22 times. But a couple of consecutive breakaways for Taylor Tisdale beat him at his feet. 79 saves for Grayson Tapping. Again, if this isn't setting records, I don't know what would. Shamrocks have scored 53 times against this Rockies team in the 2 meetings they have had in this building. And the Rockies will travel north for 2 next weekend. Another penalty coming up. This one looks like it's going to go against Timo for a cross-check. And then they'll have their final 2 games at home. 2 weeks from tomorrow and 2 weeks from Sunday. We hope you'll check it out live and in person. 2-minute cross-check against Timo. Here's another aspect to this gas tank issue. Shamrocks at this moment, because of 2 guys in the box, have 3 extra players on their particular bench. An opportunity to rotate more guys and rotate their roles. So if it's an even rotation, the Rocky players are out there more often. I know they'd love to be out there all 60 minutes if they had the gas to be able to do it with, but that does become a factor no matter what the score is, especially when you got 2 guys in your box. Snapshot with authority. Fletcher's got first-minute energy on that blast. Josh Armstrong. On the outside. His brother is not on the floor. .45 seconds on the power play, 2:09 in the 3rd period. They have 35 shots in this period. I talked about the new ball and how big the bounce is. That went off the netting and even into part of the ceiling, I think, here at the Stu Peppard Arena. Behind the net. Not a lot of penetration offensively for the Rockies from that position. Again, can you find it in the lights? What did that ball bounce? About 300 feet in about 3 seconds? 9 seconds in the power play, 90 seconds in the contest. Both live and on demand. We're going to try to find the ball for you. That lower left. Violation against the Rockies and a fresh 30 for Calgary. Calgary versus Coaldale / Lethbridge / Southern Alberta. Look at the move. Great work. The key to that was Gorst setting the screen. Is the ball in his shorts? When I talked about crazy bounces, I didn't think I'd be mentioning that. Again, the Rockies certainly have a bright future. They have rotated 19 runners and 4 goalies this year. So that means that there is talent down in that Lethbridge, Coaldale area. And next year they'll be a year older and a year wiser. And probably have more players to choose from that have Junior B Tier 1 experience versus the other teams in the league. There's a slow bouncer. And because it didn't hit the net or the goalie, it is a shot clock violation, which is why you heard that other siren go off. Speaking of shot clocks, this should be the last one of the matchup. Well, Aiden Gorse had 5 coming into the night. He had 6 tonight to give him 11 for the total. 22-2 is going to be your final here. The Shamrocks will improve their record to 15-1. And that is going to be now your ball game. There it is. 105-25 is your shots. 22-2 is your goals, but don't go anywhere. We have more about the graduating seniors coming up in just a few seconds. Don't go anywhere. Yeah, the Shamrock jersey sponsored by the Gorst family, and the helmet decals brought to you by the Highcamp family. Both those families will be very happy with how their men did tonight. All right, the Rockies, as I said, 2 in the Edmonton area next week, and then 2 more at home to conclude their South Division journey. Shamrocks in Airdrie coming up on July the 6th. We'll have that one for you right here at CROW LAX TV. We hope you'll enjoy that one. Then they'll go to the Arc, otherwise known as the Acadia Rec Complex, on July 7th. The Silvertips game in Airdrie at 3 p.m. Mounties at 2 o'clock. They'll host the Red Deer Rampage right here at Stu Pepperd at 8 p.m. on July 12th. And go to Okotoks for a great game, I anticipate, against the Marauders on the 14th. And there's the 6 graduating players getting their picture taken. But they've got plenty more action here at the Stu Pepperd Arena. At least 3 more, 1 in the regular season and 2 in the playoffs. But based on how the rivalry between them and the Marauders seems to be building with each game, I could see that going to a best of 3 very easily. All right, we are going to say goodbye. Thank you so much for watching. Have a happy and safe long weekend. Remember our sponsors. Remember the Mental Health Foundation we talked about earlier. And happy June, everybody, and happy stampeding next week. Good night.